Congressman Nugent, we're here in your office, which is also your bedroom.
This is.
You're one of the few candidates who has taken drastic steps in cutting back at personal expenses, and you actually live here in your office. I'm going to pan back so people can see your couch there, which is also your makeshift bed. There you go.
It is.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I had this actually in the apartment that I had, and we moved this up here to replace the couch that was here. So I own this one. We made a decision, a personal decision, because we pay for our own health care insurance. As I retired as a sheriff, and so I pay the same amount that retirees from the sheriff's office pay. It's not subsidized by local government or the federal government, and so it cost me, almost $10,000 more a year to do that. But I just felt like that was the right thing to do when I have to look at people that I worked with. And when they retire, they have to do that. So we wanted to, cut back our expenses living up here in D.C. I'm only up here, typically 3 nights a week, and then, then we're off quite a bit too, back in the district. So it was that was a financial decision.
Tell me about this bill you just proposed. Your Congressman. Congress isn't a career act.
Congress is not a career act.
Exactly.
We put that out right after we got elected. It was one of the first things that we did. Because when I first got elected, it's like you're like an employee of the federal government. You have to go through, like I talked about, the health insurance. You sit down with HR. But they were talking about benefits that those in Congress receive. We do pay Social Security. And my thing was, hey, listen, I'm fine with that. I did not want the federal employee retirement that was put forward. You're vested after 5 years. You're only paying 0.8% of your salary towards it, and basically at the end of 5 years you would receive almost $15,000 a year in retirement benefit. The longer you stay here, the greater that benefit grows, obviously. So we decided that we wanted to opt out of that, and we were told we couldn't because prior Congress made it mandatory that you stay in that. And then the other one was the thrift savings plan. It's like a deferred compensation plan. My kids, all 3 of my kids in the military have a thrift savings plan, but the difference is if you're a federal employee, based upon what the IRS regulation is, you can receive up to 5% match from the federal government. That means taxpayers are matching 5% of my salary into the thrift savings plan. My kids, on the other hand, the only money that goes in the thrift savings plan is what they put into it, and that's what I'm familiar with because at the sheriff's office we had basically a thrift savings plan, and there was no match by local government in that. So I wanted to opt out of the matching portion. I was told once again that you can't do that because of a prior Congress has, deemed it that we have to, you're in it, you can't opt out.
So you're stuck with it pretty much.
So, well, what I did do is I said, well, then I don't have to participate in regards to putting money into it. And they said, you're right, you don't have to, but because we like you so much, we're still going to give you 1% of your salary into that thrift savings plan, whether you opt in or not. And I just think that's just ludicrous. There's a lot of members that really believe that when you get up here that you're an employee of the federal government. I look at it a little differently. Employees don't get to set their hours of work, their benefit plan, their compensation. So we're not employees in my estimation because we get to do all those things. We get to set hours of work and compensation and benefits. So I think that it's a misnomer to say that we're a government employee. Government employees, get hired and fired, or should get if they're not doing the job. Elected officials are just that. You're an elected official. I don't believe that you're an employee.